Truth? A man walks into the doctor's office for a routine checkup. During the exam, the doctor notices the man has an irregular heartbeat, hitherto undetected. There are a few other irregularities with the man's health, patches of skin discoloration, some funky looking moles taking on a life of their own, dark urine, nothing by itself to necessitate a rush to the emergency room, but enough when taken as a whole to prompt the doctor to order blood work to be done. The man is otherwise in good physical health, has healthy eating habits, exercises regularly, and by his own admission enjoys a high quality of life. After examining the results of the blood work, the doctor discovers the man has a rare blood disease which will become life-threatening in 6 months, but at its present stage manifests no ill effects in the man. The disease is inoperable, incurable, and untreatable, so there is no way to extend the man's life. What does the doctor do? The stress and anxiety from knowing the truth of his impending doom could accelerate the progression of the man's disease and kill him in a week, a day, on the spot from a heart attack even. The man's wife is 8 months pregnant and it will be their first child. What value does the truth have in this scenario? Or is ignorance to be preferred? Or is a lie, not a little white lie, but in this man's case the biggest lie he could possibly hear, to be preferred? You're doing fine. Carry on. Nothing to worry about. What does the doctor tell the man? What should he tell him? I'm sure the law dictates he tell him the truth. But how does the doctor frame the truth? And how much of the truth is he ethically responsible to reveal? Is the probable outcome the truth? What exactly is the truth? I've seen bumper stickers that read, "Anything's possible." Is that the truth? How elusive and nebulous is the nature of the truth? This subject of truth and epistemology and the value of knowledge, when discussed in philosophical terms, moves through murky waters and shifts from light to darkness on a word. Any word. The word could be a or the, and whether a is appropriate or the, which is an exacting and exclusionary word when dealing with all the ologies and isms philosophy loves to label schools of thought and groups of ideas with. I could spend 10 years debating in my mind if I want to use the word a or the. I completely understand Bill Clinton's confusion with the definition of is. There is a universe of ambiguity with is, because too often is used by itself without proper qualifiers. I struggle with is as often as a and the. Is it, or could it be, or is it in all probability a truth, the truth, a such and such, the such and such, and if so, all the consequences of it being either a or the follow, leading to more divisions, leading to more ologies and isms, all schisms. This sounds fanciful and convoluted, and partially is, but hopefully the gist is communicated. I tread lightly and as carefully as I can when formulating and expressing ideas concerning right and wrong, and what is good or bad, and whether or not the truth is preferred to untruth or not knowing at all. I think this is the most interesting and most important question philosophy addresses. I don't think religion addresses this question at all. Religion has the answers. Religion has the truth. The truth will set you free. Religion knows the way, and it's up to you to accept or reject it. Philosophy knows this isn't the case. Beginning with Plato, and especially coming to a head with Nietzsche and Wittgenstein, among others, Wittgenstein took it to its most extreme. The subject of what can actually be said with complete certainty and complete veracity to its truth is small. When I was first reading these guys in my early 20s, it chilled me to my core. It speaks to the limitations of language and expression itself. It's a dog chasing its tail, or a bottomless vortex chewing up and spewing out endless variations of expressions, saying more or less the same thing in slightly different ways, because every person who attempts to tackle this subject naturally sees it from their own original and unoriginal point of view. I can't speak authoritatively or even clearly on this subject. For me, it's a slippery slope into madness. I know as hard as I try to write succinctly on this matter, I write in circles. I keep going in circles. I will come back to my original thread, which was, let me think, truth, and its preference to untruth, or ignorance and the value of truth. What merit does the truth have if it's not life-affirming? It's all in the context. Is it edifying? And if it's not, why not embrace a falsehood or ignorance if it puts a smile on your face and lets you sleep soundly at night? There is what I keep in my head and what I do while participating in the world and interacting with other people. Truth concerning material facts has nothing to do with my interactions with the public at large, because people will believe and think what they want regardless of anything I say, and 99% of them will never apply the amount of scrutiny and criticism to their cherished beliefs as I do. It's a straight-up waste of my time to even entertain the notion in most conversation, because the concept of intellectual honesty means nothing to them, so I smile and nod and look for my exit. I'm bitter. So be it. This paragraph sounds like bullshit and should be removed. It's smug and dismissive and disgusts me. But is it true? It'll take me 20 years to decide, so I'll leave it in and you can decide. I have the sneaking suspicion this truth business is all a play on words. What's the relationship between what is and what's said? There lies a lifetime of intrigue. The only thing I truly know is I was born, I'm alive right now, responding to stimuli, and one day I won't be. I'm tired of quibbling over the rest of it. In all honesty, I try to emulate my dog. And with that, I'm not satisfied with what I've written here. But I'm tired of thinking about it, and I'll leave it for the time being. November 2013.